Hi, I'm Rhianna, and this is my poster titled Linguistic Cueing of Internal Attention. So when using language, we often refer back to things we've previously mentioned. For example, here in the sentences, Mum went to the shop, while there she bought cake, you're able to understand almost immediately that she refers to Mum and there refers to shop. She and there are examples of anaphoric devices. These are words which refer back to a previously mentioned subject. Processing these devices is crucial for comprehension, and it's likely that this relies on working memory, but there's little understanding of what this actually might look like. So to investigate this, we've drawn on some classic designs from working memory research. Specifically, we suspect that these anaphoric devices might act as cues, guiding our internal attention to prioritize relevant information in our working memory and support retrieval of this content. In our second experiment, we look into whether this process is reflexive or automatic in some way. So, in our first experiment, participants read sentences containing two target words, here, cities and villages. After a pause, they see an anaphoric expression acting as a retro cue, referring either to one specific target word in valid conditions or indiscriminately to both target words in neutral conditions. Then, participants read a probe in the form of another anaphoric expression. And finally, they respond by indicating which of the two target words that probe was referring to. For example, the former here refers to cities. Crucially, valid cues always predicted the probe with 100% accuracy, whereas neutral cues held no predictive value. And when we look at our results, we find significant effects of retro cue validity on accuracy and reaction time, with participants responding quicker and more accurately in valid conditions compared with neutral conditions. So there's some benefit to recall to being cued back to previous information. In our second experiment, we swapped neutral cues for invalid cues. So participants again read a sentence containing two target words, followed by a retro cue, and finally a probe, which either matched the cue in valid conditions or contradicted the cue in invalid conditions. As before, participants had to select which word the probe was referring to. In this version, validity was manipulated on 50% of trials, meaning the retro cue was never actually predictive of the probe. Nevertheless, we found a small but significant effect on reaction time, with participants responding more quickly in valid conditions, suggesting participants would kind of use this cue even when it wasn't useful or informative to them. So, altogether, our findings suggest that natural cues in language might guide our internal attention to selectively attend to relevant information in our memory. Our second experiment suggests this might be reflexive or automatic, happening even when there's no functional reason for participants to use or attend to the cue. Thank you.